Hi everyone, and welcome to our first NextGen mental health top tips video. So every week at the moment, the team at Metabolic Support UK are going to be creating a video along a different theme on looking after your mental health. So we'll talk a bit about that theme and share some top tips, but I'll also be putting something here specifically for NextGen to talk to you about how it might be impacting you. So as you may have seen, this week's theme is resilience, and I think it's quite appropriate really, given that we're in the first week of the government lockdown. So I know that many of you living with a condition or with a complex medical need may have been in some form of isolation or lockdown for a couple of weeks anyway, but there is something that feels quite different about it, I think, being official and affecting the whole country. So it is quite a scary time, and resilience seems like a really good place to start in looking at ways that you can try and keep on top of your mental health and staying strong and staying positive. So with that in mind, I've got some information from an organisation called Young Minds. So they're a national organisation that supports mental health in young people, and they've put together a specific guide on dealing with the COVID-19 crisis. So I'm going to run you through some of their top tips, and there is a more detailed guide on their website, so I will link that below if you want to go and have a read through afterwards, which I would really encourage. So the first tip is to talk to someone about how you're feeling. So as I say, it's really natural to feel worried at the moment, and I think that we all are, but there's also a chance that those feelings might start to get overwhelming and scary and interrupt what you're doing on your day to day. So if you do start to feel that way, then a really good first step is just to speak to someone. So it could be someone you live with, you might want to get in touch with a friend, just talk for a couple of minutes, and to get that off your chest can really lift how you're feeling. And also, the whole team at Metabolic Support UK are working from home and available to speak to, so you can always get in touch with us if you need to as well. Our next top tip is to arm yourself with the facts. So if you're feeling overwhelmed and not sure what's happening with COVID-19, then try and get some accurate information. Use trusted news websites or outlets, or we're also working with experts across the country in the treatment of metabolic conditions so that we can verify information and updates, and we can really clarify how it might specifically impact you. So we did a webinar earlier this week, which you may have seen, with some of those doctors and experts, and that went into what COVID-19 is, how it spreads, how it manifests, practical steps that you can take, but also how it might impact specific metabolic conditions, whether or not you may be at high risk, and also how it may impact your treatment and medication and appointments and all those sorts of things. So that's now recorded and available online, and I'll link that below as well. But once again, if you read something or if you see something that you're not sure about, do get in touch with us and we can reach out to our community and reach out to those experts and verify that information for you. Our next step then is to know what you can do. So there is a lot of information and guidance available from the government, from the NHS, from organisations like ourselves on the steps that you can take. So that might be something that just really helps you feel like you're doing your part and you're making a positive contribution to the effort against COVID-19. On the other side, it is important that you also don't get overwhelmed with those details or get obsessive over the things that you can do. So be kind to yourself and know that at the moment there is only so much that we can do, but if you follow the guidance and do your best, then that is a fantastic job and you are doing your bit. Our next step is also don't overexpose yourself to the news. So as I say, it can be quite intimidating with what's happening at the moment, and it's easy to get bogged down with it on social media and listening to constant news updates all day. So try and just switch off and unplug yourself from some of those things if you're finding that it's not helpful for you. We would also recommend maybe just checking in once a day. So look at the 6 o'clock news and get the government update and hear the latest figures. And once you've got the facts, switch off and just don't get stuck into all the scaremongering. And always, if there is something you want to double check, we are here. A next step then is also to plan your time while you're at home. So we know that you've probably got some homework or things like that if you're in school or college or uni at the moment. So try and keep some structure to your day and try and keep to a routine with things like the times that you're sleeping and eating, and just keep as regular as you can. It might not be exactly the same as your normal routine because life just isn't normal at the moment, but if you can get some sense of structure in your day, then that can really help. So speak to the people that you live with as well, and let them know what you need at the moment and what it is that you're trying to do. it might also be worthwhile to think of a list of the things that you can do at home. So I know I've been saying I'm going to read certain books or I might binge certain shows, but I'm probably not going to feel like doing those things all day, every day. So I'm also trying to think of other activities and just plan even the next 2 or 3 days in advance so you've got an idea of what you can be getting on with and keeping focused. And our final tip, if you do have moments which are difficult or if it's just frustrating being stuck at home with whoever you're stuck at home with, then find things that help you to keep calm. So it could be an activity or it could also be something like a breathing exercise. So there's great guidance from Young Minds, from the organisation Mind, who you've probably heard of, and even from the NHS on just simple things that you can do, relaxation and breathing techniques that can just really help you to center yourself and feel calm at a time like this. So once again, those links will be below. And if you have any ideas, then get in touch and we can share them with our community. And we will continue with these videos and with the team videos just to keep you updated with all our top tips as well. So I hope you found that useful. As I said, that's just a brief run through of the tips that Young Minds have released. So I will put the link below to their full guide, and keep in touch. Keep an eye on NextGen on social media, all the details below, and we'll just keep bringing you all the information that we can. So take care of yourselves and we'll hopefully speak to you soon. Thanks, guys.